Ever tried building a preset in Helix and felt like you ran out of space halfway through your idea? What if I told you your signal path can be split into 4 lanes, like a tone highway, and that you can route, stack and blend in more ways than you probably thought possible? I'm Rafał, and today I'll show you how to send a clean tone into orbit while your dirty signal stays tight and punchy, or how to stack amps for a massive sound without turning everything into a mush. I'll even give you a sneak peek into our Reflections reverb pack, built around these exact routing tricks to get you those lush Strymon style textures. I also really encourage you to check out the video where I challenge myself to create Strymon sounds using just the Helix. Let's start with the basics. In Helix, your signal path isn't just one straight line. You've got 4 lanes to work with: 1A, 1B, 2A and 2B. And you can chain, split and recombine them however you like. At the beginning and end of each path, you can choose where your signal comes from and where it goes. That gives you a bunch of routing possibilities. Single lane processing. Classic setup, straightforward. Serial dual path. You end one line, for example 1A, into the start of another, for example 2A, creating one long signal chain. Parallel dual path. Process 2 lanes independently for clean and dirty split. Dual amps or dual verbs. Dry to wet blend. Send a bit of your signal from line 1A into 2A with host selected as the input to blend in extra effects. Full lane split. Use all 4 subpaths 1A, 1B, 2A and 2B for maximum flexibility. You can split and rejoin signals anywhere. Bypass blocks. Send one stream to a delay and another to a reverb. Then reunite before the output. On top of that, you can insert an effects loop to extend your signal chain with external hardware effects. But why does this matter? Because it opens up a ridiculous amount of creative options. In one of my previous videos, I showed you how to use a crossover split to get the best of both worlds from 2 different amp cap setups. If you haven't seen it, I recommend checking that one out later. Today we're going deeper. I walk you through 2 advanced routing setups. Example 1. Stereo clean plus mono lead. This patch is already set up. I've prepared 2 separate signal paths, a wide stereo clean tone and a centered mono lead. Let me walk you through what's going on. Path 2 handles the stereo clean sound. It's built around the Plecator clean amp, set just gritty enough to add some bite to the DI tone. Right after that, the signal splits. I'll temporarily isolate path 2B, so you'll be able to hear it well. On one side of the split, I've got a harmonic tremolo, running with a default rate and adjusted bass and treble frequencies. Let's hear it on and off. Next, I layered a 70s chorus with the mix set right at 50% in the classic mode and the spread set to 10. And then a vintage delay synced to 1/4 notes, feedback at 40% and mix at 45%. To bring in a bit more motion, I dropped in an auto filter. By default it sounded awful, but after dialing in the attack and decay and pulling back the Q and gain, it turned into something really usable. Kind of pulsing in and out with the rhythm. You can hear the difference right away when I toggle it on and off. Now switching over to lane 2A, this one's set up to handle the ambient glue between the lead and our stereo effect. To make it easier to hear what's going on, I've soloed the signal by routing everything to path A only now. The core of this section is a long, pad-like reverb. I'm using the dynamic hall here, with the decay pushed up to 7.5 seconds and a pre-delay of 80 milliseconds. The mix is set at 40% and I've added aggressive low and high cuts to keep it from muddying up the tone. Damping is turned way down to keep it lush. To keep the reverb present and slightly more upfront in the mix, I've added an LA compressor after it. Just a touch of gain and some light peak reduction, enough to pull the tail forward without squashing it too much. Final blend. It's time to merge both lines. Set the note split to center. Now both the clean and effect-laden signals are blending together. You've got fine control here, either with the A-B mix or at the output blocks. Let's dial it so the reverb pad doesn't overpower the auto-filtered stereo movement. Now let's hear the result. I had a lead sound on path 1 that felt a little dry on its own. By layering this stereo clean space underneath, the lead sits better, feels wider, and doesn't get buried. Since the stereo effects are built on a clean tone, they are smooth, not overwhelming like effects on distortion often are. Now a bonus: reverb stacking from Reflections pack. As promised, let me show you reverb stacking using a preset from our Reflections pack. This one is called Space Chimes. Here is the bass tone. Now let's isolate just the processing on path 2B. You will hear a reverse delay, dynamic plate reverb, Trinity chorus, acoustic simulator, and an EQ to tame unwanted frequencies. By itself, it's weird, but blended into the main tone, it adds a lush, dreamy character that transforms everything. Kinda similar to Shimmer, but different. This is your permission to experiment hard. Weird ideas often turn into magic when layered the right way. And one last thing, under our reverbs in Helix video, someone left a great comment saying that we broke all the rules and it still sounds great. And honestly, that's the whole point. Sound design isn't about strictly following the rules. It's about breaking them when it works. That mindset is exactly what drives us at Noise Harmony. By the way, if you want to check out an overview of our Helix Reflections pack, watch the video by the Pedal Picassos. I'll put a link in the description below. Check out their channel. Lots of cool stuff there. That's the end of our little routing adventure. Hopefully now it feels more like creative chaos than total confusion. If you don't feel like tweaking the knobs yourself, check out our presets at noiseharmony.com. We just released a new crazy good pack for Helix. Drop your wildest routing ideas in the comments. And if this video helped you out, hit that subscribe button so we can keep making more stuff like this. See you in the next one.